Alright guys, welcome back to Terminus. So Black Ops 6 Zombies is finally coming to an end. It's been a pretty great year, we got some pretty cool maps. We got a pretty decent game in our hands, I feel like. Even though a lot of people are gonna say other things. And because of that, today I kind of want to go a bit over the things that I liked about Black Ops 6 Zombies and the things that I haven't really liked about Black Ops 6 Zombies. Because there's like a few things in like each category, I feel like. And because of that, I do want to play in the background on the Terminus map. I just absolutely love the atmosphere of this map. I think it's fantastic. It's definitely like the best in the game, at least for me. I know the boss fight and the Easter egg might be a bit short and the boss fight might be a bit too easy, especially with all the like updates we got, like with double tap and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like atmosphere, this is just fantastic. I think they done a pretty great job. This is like the highest moment for the game, at least for me. It was the launch, because you know we were pretty new with the augment system, and everything. We were getting familiarized with the maps and everything, and having two round-based maps at launch wasn't that bad either. Even though Liberty Falls was a pretty chill map, a lot of people used camo grinding and everything. I think having an Easter egg on that map really helped it out quite a bit. And this is why I'm not very I don't know, interested in the survival maps that are about to come. Yeah, I get it. It's pretty cool. Like you hop in the game very quick. You have everything in one spot, so you can just survive. But it just takes away that whole like secret surrounding zombies that I really like, and I just don't think I'll be playing it that much compared to a map that like Liberty Falls, for example. So having an Easter egg definitely helps out the map quite a bit, even though it's a pretty easy one, short and everything. It still adds a bit of depth to that map. But when it comes to Terminus, now this is the totally opposite. Like Terminus is such a cool design map. It has a great boss. I really wish the cinematic was a tiny bit better, but you know, it just got the story started and everything. So they done a pretty fantastic job with it, especially, as I said, with the aesthetics and like the overall atmosphere of the map. I think they were pretty fantastic. And then we had Citadel Daymore, which, you know, it felt like it raised the bar even higher, because Citadel was a pretty amazing map as well, especially the boss fight and everything. Like they done a pretty good job with that. And then things kind of went downhill from there, not gonna lie. Things kind of went downhill from there. Like we had, when it comes to wonder weapons, we had the beam smasher, which was like totally something unique, not extremely good, but unique and cool to use. And then we had the sword, like there was like 4 types of them as well, like elemental swords, which was like really cool also. But then everything kind of went downhill, and I guess I'm gonna talk about my biggest downsides of Black Ops 6 Zombies, and that is a bit of map design. Because even though I really like Terminus, it doesn't bring anything very new to the table. I haven't been really playing zombies too much in the OG days. So for example, in BO3, BO2, even BO4, like I played them, but not during their like peak times when they were released and everything. But one thing that I just can't get away from is how amazing the map design used to be back in the day. Like first time spawning for example, on Gora Krovi and seeing, I don't know, the dragons flying around, or playing in BO4 Ancient Evil and riding a freaking Pegasus going to the Pack-a-Punch. Like, these maps were just, like, when it comes to design, were just so cool. Or Revelations, there's like that big freaking monster that comes in and eats the Pack-a-Punch machine, so you have to, like, find it. Like, it's just, like, when it comes to design, like, we are in a place where it just feels like a lot of stuff is just so basic, and it feels like it's being taken either from the campaign or from the MP maps. And again, Terminus was pretty good, but is nothing compared to what OG Zombies had. And I really understand why a lot of like OG fans feel the way they feel about Modern Zombies. Now, I know we have, let's talk a bit about armor and like rarities. I know this is a hot topic in the game, and honestly, I don't mind it. I think rarity just adds another layer of depth to the game, which I like. I think having only one pack-a-punch level is just a bit too easy, you know, too basic. So having like multiple pack-a-punch levels and like the rarity system in the game, I don't think that's a bad thing. They definitely could have like made it a bit more interesting, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's not game breaking or anything. But when it comes to the armor, again, you do need armor to survive in modern zombies. Like the way the damage scaling works, the super sprinters and all that kind of stuff, you do need armor 100%. But the biggest problem that I have with armor is not necessarily working the way it works, is the way it looks. I know a lot of people hate it at the moment, and I get why. The shields were pretty cool back in the day. But I think a quick fix for this would actually be zombifying the item itself a bit more. So instead of having the armor plates like they are in Warzone, we could just have, for example, I don't know, some ether crystals that you infuse in a belt that you have on you, or something like that, you know, to make it look a bit more zombified. I think this is one of the biggest problems for people, is also the visuals of some of the elements in the game, like armor and HUD. Let's not talk about HUD. Like, I do want a custom HUD for zombies. I think it makes the game a lot better, a lot more unique. And not having one, and even after seeing the BO7 one, I'm just not very excited for it. Like, it doesn't break the game for me. I will still play the game just as fine with that HUD or with this HUD. But if you really want to have a great zombies experience, like, I don't think creating a HUD is that big of a deal. Like, there's people out there that create HUDs just for fun to showcase what the game will look like with one. And I don't think for Treyarch it would be that big of a deal to make a custom HUD like that. So again, I'm fine with armor plates. I'm fine with the rarity system and with the HUD, but I wish they had like a more unique feel to them. So a more zombified like theme around it, much like with the kill streaks as well. Like mutant injection is pretty cool, you turn into a mangler and everything, that's definitely zombifying, but I really wish like every map would have like its own unique zombie that you turn into. So for example, you're playing on Citadel Daymore, you turn into a doppelgast. You play on Shadow Vale, you turn into a doppelgast, not a doppelgast, sorry, a disciple. So stuff like that will really add to the quality of the game a lot more. But at the end of the day, I can definitely play the game without those as well, but they are on the lower side of enjoyment when it comes to this game. But yeah, talking about map design, I think they've done a fantastic job with a big part of the map. So Shadowvale is a pretty cool map, Terminus is a pretty cool map, Citadel is a pretty cool map, even the last Reckoning map, I don't think it's a bad design map. It's pretty interesting, especially with all the portals and like the elevators that you can jump from and into. But I just, you know, when it comes to design, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table, which is very, very unfortunate, because this is what I wanted them to, like, go crazy. And hopefully in BO7, after seeing the first ashes of the Dem map, it really seems like they stepped up the design quite a bit, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, again, when it comes to those maps, another big thing that I really don't like is the replayability of them. Like, yeah, you do the Easter egg and it's pretty cool, they have great boss fights and everything, but at the end of the day, I feel like because there's a very small amount of side quests on the map, I just think it takes away a lot of the replayability, and also the fact that the Easter eggs are pretty short and straightforward is not really helping too much either. I really wish they would like go a bit more in depth with the Easter eggs, like more puzzles and stuff like that. At the moment, like most of the Easter eggs in Black Ops 6 were just build a wonder weapon, do some soul boxes, or shoot a specific spot with a wonder weapon, and that's pretty much it. You're kind of ready for the boss fight. Like moments like on Reckoning, where you have to like solve the wonder weapon door or get the code for the computer in the clown's room, or this one right here where you have to solve these equations. Like more stuff like this, I think that would be pretty cool. Or on Shadowvale, you have to like find the code to open the door to the doppelgast to get the wonder weapon. Like stuff like this, they needs to be like implemented a bit more. I know why they're doing like easier Easter eggs, because they want more people to get into zombies, and I get it, but at the same time, it is a fine line when the game becomes too easy and boring to where the game is like annoying, you know? So I don't think like adding more puzzles in the game is gonna be that big of a deal. Like it just saddens me to see that we are pretty much beating the Easter eggs of each map in just the first like maybe 5 hours. I don't think that's actually too great. But when it comes to map design, I think it's a bit of a lackluster. And again, when it comes to the Easter eggs as well, they could have definitely made it a bit better. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying it could have had some improvements, like a bit more to the fantastic side, you know, go crazy. Like it's zombies, we're already doing some weird shit in this game, like having perks and like all that kind of stuff, back-up punching weapons. Like why not just go more in depth when it comes to the design and stuff like that. But when it comes to a good part of the map, I absolutely think that Black Ops 6 Zombies nailed the boss fights. There we go, we open this. But yeah, when it comes to boss fights, I think Black Ops 6 Zombies has some of the best in the series. Like, as I said, I haven't really played much the OG Zombies, but I've seen them, and they are honestly nothing compared to what we have in Black Ops 6. Like, Patient 13 is a really big spectacle with the boss fight, even though it's pretty easy. Like Citadel Daymore has the Guardian boss fight, which is absolutely incredible. Like the arena changes, you're like stepping in lava and you're like locked in there with that massive statue that is back to life and that is spitting like lava at you. Really cool. On Shadowvale, we do have the Z-Rex, which a lot of people thought it was pretty stupid to have a dinosaur in the game, but let's be fair, it's a Z-Rex boss fight in zombies. It's a zombie-fied Z-Rex. What is cooler in this game than that? And then we did have the Tomb boss fight, which was a bit underwhelming, but I kind of liked it because it was challenging, and then people cried about it, and they kind of nerfed it, and now it's like super easy as well. And then on Reckoning, I did enjoy both fights, like Sam and Richtofen as well, but they just didn't have like anything that crazy about them. And I guess that's why a lot of people thought they were pretty mid as well. Like compared to Shadowvale, Citadel, and Terminus, like every other map just seems very, very basic, but very enjoyable at the same time. So boss fights in Black Ops 6 Zombies have been really, really cool, and I think they done a fantastic job with them. There we go. All right, let's start building this beam smasher right here, because we're doing this live as we're making this commentary. There we go. Let's get some rarity on this thing. This might be a bit of a longer video than usual, but it's been a bit since we've done one of those. But overall, I feel like Black Ops 6 Zombies has been a pretty decent game. Like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. It just did what it's supposed to do. It got a lot of new people into zombies. But seeing how Black Ops 7 is shaping up to be, it just feels like Black Ops 6 Zombies was just a demo for the game, or it didn't really have a place in the Zombies series, because Black Ops 7 does everything that Black Ops 6 does, but better. Black Ops 7 is basically Black Ops 6 Zombies with all the quality of life changes that a lot of people have asked. Black Ops 7 Zombies is just Black Ops 6 Zombies with better map design, and that's pretty much it. Like, I think in terms of like gameplay systems and everything, Black Ops 7 is like the smallest step, like the smallest upgrade possible we've ever had in zombies. Like, yeah, modern zombies have been a pretty wild roller coaster, to be fair. We had Vanguard, which everybody absolutely hated. We had MWZ, which a lot of people hated, but for me, MWZ will always have a special place in my heart. It was a different take on zombies, and I think it did a fantastic job. It was a perfect spin-off to Realm Base, and I really hope he comes back. Like, I know a lot of people are not very keen on that game, but I think they had a pretty good like idea on what to make. It's just that their execution wasn't that great, and having like literally the Warzone map in didn't really help them out too much. But I still absolutely love the freedom and everything the game had to offer. And then we had BO6, which really is like the best modern zombies in the series, like the most polished and everything. But then you have Black Ops 7, which is literally the same game as Black Ops 6, with like everything that the community kind of wanted from this game, to an extent, because armor and some of the things in the game are still like kind of the same, to be fair. But that just, you know, puts Black Ops 6 Zombies in a very, very bad spot, because you're not really gonna come back to it too much after BO7 releases, you know? Like, if you beat all the Easter eggs once, it doesn't have like that something that will make you come back for it, which is very, very disappointing. Alright, there we go. Time to finish this Wonder Weapon quest. And as I was saying, even though Black Ops 6 Zombies did not, you know, is not gonna be the best game to come back to, I still enjoyed my time with it. I still think that it has some good parts to it. It was a step in the right direction when it comes to like modern zombies and everything. It's just that I wish Treyarch would, or maybe Activision, not Treyarch, I should say, should literally put more resources into zombies from now on, because the way that Call of Duty is going, it seems like zombies is kind of carrying the game right now. And seeing them put this little amount of content into it, it just doesn't really help out too much. And that brings me to another like negative step about, negative part about Black Ops 6 Zombies, is the fact that content-wise, it wasn't that great. Content-wise, it wasn't that special, you know? Like, we did have quite a few maps and everything, but after going from 2 maps at launch, then having another map at Season 1, and then having the Tomb, and then like a massive freaking break before Shadowvale comes out, it just didn't feel that amazing. And actually, I'm going to use this tactical diffusion very quick so I can get some extra money. There we go. And it just doesn't feel like we got that much content, you know? Like, the game started out super strong and everything, and then all of a sudden, the next moment, it's over. Like, it didn't really bring too much to the table, which was very, very unfortunate. Like, as I said, the game started out with Terminus and Liberty Falls, and then had Citadel very quick, which was like absolutely fantastic, and then everything kind of went downhill when it comes to like map design, like Easter eggs, and like content drops and everything. Could be because, you know, we got acquainted with the game, we kind of unlocked most of the augments and stuff like that, but the content drops that we had just weren't that great, and that's very disappointing to see. So hopefully in Black Ops 7, that is definitely gonna get a lot better, because yeah, having one map per season is pretty nice, but that map is being beat on day 1. You're gonna play it for maybe 2 weeks, and after that, there's no point like going back to it again and again. Like, you might beat the boss fight with the weapons that you like. You might do a bit of a challenge to beat it with certain guns that, you know, are not as good, to challenge yourself a bit. And then you find all the secrets and everything, which hopefully are gonna be a lot more, because Ashes of the Den seems like a pretty interesting map. And then that's it. Like, the season lasts like what, 2 months, maybe even more than 2 months, and you don't really have what to do before the next map comes out. So our first number right there is gonna be 5, which is very, very annoying to see, in my opinion. So hopefully Black Ops 7 will definitely have like more interesting stuff along the way. We did have some limited time modes and everything, but seeing how they literally shoved down our throats all those cosmetics just made it a bit annoying with like event passes and everything. So I really hope they focus on more like limited modes that are interesting and unique and replayable and stuff like that, and just have better rewards in general for them. Like, giving us gobblegums, it's alright to an extent, but then having only gobblegums, and those gobblegums being not very amazing either most of the time, it just, you know, it kind of takes away a lot of the fun for the game. Like, people really like to grind in zombies nowadays, and seeing them, you know, take that away from players is just a bit annoying. Got a 4 right there, so far we got 5, and then we need to get a number from here, and 4. And I know there's a lot of people that are saying that camo grinding kind of ruins zombies and everything. I don't think that's true. So we got 5, 5, 4. I actually do not think that's true. I just think adding stuff that people will grind for, it's perfect because people really like to do that, and people would put a lot more hours into the game if you do something like that. So hopefully BO7 will kind of fix this this issue that BO6 had. I mean, they did say they are kind of stepping down from like the crossovers and like the weird American Dad and Squid Game type of stuff. So hopefully that's gonna be the case. All right, let's beat Nathan very quick. Hopefully this Marine SP Pack 1 green rarity will do well. Let's put this 554. Very weird inspect animation that lasted quite long after I stopped it. There we go. Let's get blue rarity in here, actually. Most likely gonna use the beam smasher a bit. I do need to get PhD very fast. But yeah, I just think that there's so many things that they could have done, and knowing that Call of Duty has all the resources in the world when it comes to video games, it just saddens me seeing them not do it, you know? It's a bit frustrating. It's always about Warzone, it's always like multiplayer and stuff, and then Zombies is always there at the bottom. And even though they know that Zombies is kind of carrying stuff right now, they are still, you know, keeping us down there when it comes to the list of things to do. There we go. Doing some pretty good damage on Nathan with this thing. I don't have double tap on this thing, so I don't know how much damage we'll do. Oh, we're doing actually pretty good. I'm not doing half bad, but this is gonna take it down a bit quicker. There we go. We're done. Very nice. But you see, this is what I mean. Like, you build a wonder weapon, we shot a thing to get a special key, and then we kill this thing, and then you have like 2 more steps, and that's pretty much it. That's the Easter egg done. You're ready for the boss fight. Like, it doesn't take very long to set yourself up, you know? Alright, let's go and continue the next step. I do have a shock charge with me, which I'm gonna use to skip a step. I'm really happy that they actually left this step skip in the game. I think they've done a pretty good job. But, you know, from all those things that I've just said, I think for me the biggest letdown when it comes to this is just not having enough of it. Like, they give us a pretty good taste of Zombies with some pretty good gameplay and everything, and then it felt like they cut support for it, much like they did with MWZ as well. Like, it had a pretty cool beginning and everything, and then that was pretty much it. And this seems to be like the formula nowadays with Zombies. Do that, there we go. Now we can just continue with the Easter egg. Like, in this video, I don't want to talk about multiplayer, I don't want to talk about the campaign. I haven't even played the campaign of Black Ops 6 Zombies, Black Ops 6, sorry, which I heard it was pretty okay, but I just didn't get a chance to play it. Plus, I'm not like the biggest fans of like COD campaigns. They're like good fun for a few hours, but then that's it. And multiplayer, you know, just having SPMM and everything in the game just doesn't make the experience like any better. So for me, I'm just gonna stick with Zombies. This is the thing that I mostly do. Hopefully in BO7 I'll try out the campaign and everything. I know there's a lot of like talks about early access and stuff, which I don't think it's gonna happen because, yeah, they would have said something by now. But when it comes to Zombies, as I said, it just feels like we are on the lower side of the list of like updates, of content and all that kind of stuff, even though, as I said, Zombies is kind of carrying the game right now. And one quick fix for that, for the content that I keep ranting about, and honestly I know a lot of people that are gonna watch this video are pretty much gonna hate me. I would actually pay for a DLC. Like, I would actually take paid DLC in Zombies games. Like, knowing that each season I get guaranteed 3 maps, for example, of run-based Zombies, like full on Easter eggs and everything for, I don't know, 20 bucks. I would actually pay money for that. because I know that I'm gonna get guaranteed those maps. Nowadays, with the free DLC and everything, like, yeah, it's cool, it's free and everything, like, content updates are free. Having full season in zombies that you don't get a map, you just get a field upgrade. For example, what happened with season 3, I think it was, for BO6, where we didn't get a map. It was pretty insane. Like, having all that period without content, just having a field upgrade that comes in reloaded is just stupid. Like, I feel like zombies should get a zombies map at the beginning of the season and one zombies map at mid-season. Having one map at launch of a season and then mid-season you just get maybe a perk or a field upgrade that is not even good. It's just, that's not content. That's not content. And then you get, like, on top of this, you get like 5 leaderboard events during the seasons, which are annoying as hell. I just don't think that's the way to go, unfortunately. Alright, we're almost done with this Easter egg as well. But even though I know it might seem like I'm ranting a lot about Black Ops 6 Zombies right now, I did thoroughly enjoy the game. I think it was pretty good. I'm giving it a strong 7.5. Like, I love zombies, and I think they did a pretty good job with this one. As I said, I just wanted more of it. I just wanted them to go a bit more in depth. I wanted them to zombify the experience a bit more, because they have all these, like, negative feedback regarding the plate system, regarding the HUD and some of the elements in the game, and they have an easy fix for it, and they just don't go for it. I love what they did with the ammo caches in Black Ops 7. Like, they zombified the experience. Why couldn't they just do that with the HUD and with the armor system as well, and with the kill streaks? Because in the game, like, you do have the mutant ejection, you do have the R60, which is a bit zombified, and then that's it. Everything else is just MP stuff. And I know they kind of zombified a bit the HUD, and it's gonna be fine because we can, like, totally turn off a lot of things and stuff like that. It's still not a zombies HUD, it's still like the MP's HUD with just a bit of, like, purple glow to it. But as I said, it doesn't really affect the gameplay too much for me. Like, I will still play the game normally. It would just make the experience a lot better. It would just keep zombies what it is, a very unique mode, and a very interesting one. But overall, I did really enjoy my time with it. I did get to grow the community with you guys, and grow the channel. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love the moments where we just hunt for Easter eggs. Like, whenever a new map drops, I don't think I've ever seen a community so together in solving Easter eggs. So Black Ops 6 definitely did that to to a pretty insane level. So hopefully we can see the same thing about Black Ops 7 as well. Right, we have to hack this buoy now, and then we literally have to disable 3 warheads, which take, like, what, a minute? And then that's it, Easter egg. We're in the game for 32 minutes. We've been doing this very, very slowly. Like, I haven't tried to speedrun or anything. And Easter egg is pretty much done. This is what I mean. They need to, like, make them a bit longer and a bit more interesting. Like, I get it. They want people to hop into zombies and, like, get into the mode and everything. But that's why directed mode is in the game. Like, I think they've done a pretty insane job with directed mode, adding it. And that's the reason why they should make the Easter eggs a bit harder, because people will just, if they don't make it, they will just go for directed, and seeing they can do it in there, and seeing they enjoy zombies and everything, maybe that will make them, try to hunt for the Easter egg early game. Like, the streamers and the big part of the community do. Hopefully they haven't seen me. Okay, seems like we're safe with the smoke. And there we go, time to do the last one. We're gonna use our field upgrade for this, and Easter egg, it's pretty much done. We just have to do boss fights, which of course I do want to be pack 3 legendary and all that cool stuff for this boss fight, even though it's super easy, because, seeing the big damage numbers on the screen does make me very, very happy. But yeah, as I said, even though it feels like I've been negative the whole time about this game, I think I still enjoyed my time in it. And I think the Treyarch team did a pretty good job. And I just hope from now on we actually get listened a bit more as a community, and they will really just start adding more and more stuff to the game and everything. Like, we're not going back to classic zombies, guys. You just gotta understand that classic mode was a part of the life cycle of zombies, and we're past that. We're into modern zombies. Maybe, who knows, next after BO7 is gonna be something else in modern zombies. They will totally revamp the mode. And this is the things that I kind of want. I want them to like create stuff. I want them to try different things, even though some of them might not be good. I want them to do that. You know, you never know what the community likes, and this mode needs to evolve all the time. It needs to evolve, you know, in its own way, though not in a Warzone way. Hopefully that's gonna be the case. Alright, I'm gonna skip a few rounds now so we can get ready for the boss fight and everything. Oh my god, I just got a hidden power gobblegum. That's pretty insane. Alright, we're almost ready for boss fight. We need to get 100 salvage to get Napalm Burst or gun, and we need like 2k essence to just pack a punch to level 3, and that's pretty much it. And before I quickly go to the boss fight and end this video, I do want to talk about a bit. I haven't really mentioned today at all. It's about reused assets. I'm pretty sure we've seen manglers in almost every zombies game so far. I'm pretty sure mimics have become like a very annoying enemy by now to a lot of the people in the game. Doppelgas were pretty welcome change. I'll say it's a pretty cool design and everything. They're pretty threatening, especially on smaller maps like or close quarter maps like what's it called, Reckoning. But and Uberklaus is pretty cool as well. But when it comes to reuse assets like the Abomination as well, it's just, I feel like they're going with it a bit too much. I really hope that Black Ops 7 is not gonna have any of that. They did say no more manglers, and there's not gonna be like doppels and or amalgams. That guy just went away. What the heck? But I really hope that's actually the case, because we've seen the doppelgast in the survival map farm. Maybe it was an older build that we played and is not gonna come back anytime soon. Or maybe we're gonna see amalgams and manglers and all that kind of stuff again in the survival maps, which I hope is not going to be the case. And as well, when it comes to like kill streaks and all that kind of stuff, that most of them were in BO6 already, so hopefully we're not going to see them again. But in general, I just hope that each map will like have its own like unique enemy and stuff like that. Each map will not really have any reused assets from Black Ops 6 Zombies, or really hope Black Ops 7 is not going to like reuse assets from its own maps later down the line. So I'm fine with, like, for example, having a mangler on this map and a mangler, for example, I don't know, on Shadowville, let's say. But I don't want a mangler on every single map. I just think that's just annoying, you know? So hopefully that's not gonna be the case. I'm not even gonna buy level 3 armor. Do I need it? I don't think I need it. So reused assets, another thing that people really hate a lot. People really hate that, so it needs to stop. It really needs to stop at this point. Here we go, we got a cutscene which we're gonna skip because I'm pretty sure maybe someone hasn't seen it, so I'm not gonna spoil it. And just look at this, man, like, how can you not like this boss fight? Like, it just looks so freaking cool. They absolutely nailed boss fights in this. Alright, let's go. Look at that damage! There we go. This is what I mean, like, Patient 13 really is the punching bag of, of everyone in this game. And that sucks because it's such an interesting boss fight. It's such a big spectacle. It's like a massive sea monster that you have to fight, and has different phases and attacks and wipe attacks, and it's just really cool design. But and I don't think like the damage itself is a problem, the damage the guns do. I just think its elemental damage is too much. Like, yeah, you can have only one elemental damage with you if you play solo. But still, in that phase, you'll do so much damage, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, we literally beat phase 1 in like 5 shots. I think that's kind of stupid. So definitely more boss fights like this, but make them harder, Treyarch, please. Just make them harder. I really hope that Ashes of the Dam is gonna have like a really good boss fight. Holy crap, these guys are annoying. Alright, this guy should come back like any moment. Luckily, there's ammo on the ground and stuff like that. Come on, there he is. Look at that damage. Like, we beat phase 2 before he transformed into the phase that is weak to cryo. Like, this is what I mean. Elemental damage is a bit too much. I think that's why they don't have elemental damage for any other boss in the game. They kind of seem that, you know, it's a bit too much. And also for 123, I'm absolutely cooking everything with this thing. And once you get double tap, I mean, you are just absolutely destroying everything. Look how fast this thing shoots. One-shotting the manglers of this round, which is great. And I'm also hoping for Black Ops 7 they will improve a bit on the overall performance of the game, because I've been seeing a lot of crashes in BO6, and I don't know, maybe it's just my PC. I know a lot of people haven't been crashing as much as me, but I really hope they do something about that. Overall, as I said, I'll give Black Ops 6 a 7.5. And I think that's good. Like, it's a good game that started off extremely strong and then it just kind of fell off, unfortunately, much like MWZ as well, because I feel like they're, as I said, they're focusing on too many things. Okay, there we go. But my biggest like gripe with the mode is the fact that zombies is not really zombies anymore, you know? They need to zombify the experience back again. It's still a fantastic game mode. It's still the best part about COD, at least for me. They just need to like invest a bit more time into it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this has been a video that was all over the place. I did it live because I didn't want to do like a script commentary. I would have been way too negative in that one, probably. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know your rating for Black Ops 6 Zombies. And let me know your like wishes for Black Ops 7 Zombies. What did you like? What would you like to try out more? For me, I think I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in that curse mode. I know it's not classic mode, and I'm okay with it not being classic mode. I just hope it's very challenging. Anyways, smash the like button, subscribe for more content. Subscribe for more content. What am I even saying? I can't even speak anymore. And you know what? Smash that. Anyways, smash the like button, subscribe for more content. Let's try to hit 50,000 subscribers with BO7 and maybe even 100,000. We'll see. And grow this community because you guys have been absolutely insane. Thank you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.